A very good welcome, a very good welcome, a very good evening, everybody. Welcome back. This is second video that I just started recently with this channel. My name is Simon, and I am your host for this evening. Modified the name a little bit. It was the Inside Cruise Insider. Now I've changed it to the Inside Cruiser. Huh. I don't know. It's not that big a change, but I changed it anyway. So, like I said, the first thing, the first video I did was just basically an introduction to myself, to what I had done kind of prior to starting this YouTube account, and what to expect from the channel, etc. So today I'm just going to do a little bit of news because we're going to be doing. I mean, the amount of content we've got will keep us going for years and years. But today, I just wanted to do a little bit of news I've got here to my side that I dug up. Now, again, just to be clear, this is not me saying this. This is not me claiming to have inside information. This is news gathered from mainline media sources, from some other sources online as well. So, if you disagree about anything or want to get angry about anything, that's fine. But it's not me saying it. It is being put out there by various different sources. So, the first one I'd like to talk about was Norwegian Cruise Line. If you've ever cruised with Norwegian before, you may have heard of their free at sea promotion. And basically what that was depending on what grade of cabin or stateroom that you booked, you would either get a choice or all five of free onboard credit, free drinks package, kids sell for free. Trying to think of what the other ones were. Free dining at specialty restaurants and free Wi-Fi. And now, apparently, I'm just going to double check this to make sure I've got it right. Apparently, Norwegian are going to, as one of their, obviously, I guess, promotions to get people back cruising, but they are going to offer that promotion regardless of what stateroom category you have. So before, if you wanted all five, you'd have to be in a haven or a suite or what have you, and you would get all five. Now, as one of their promotions to get people back cruising with Norwegian, they are actually offering all five amenities, regardless of what stateroom category. So even if you book an interior or an inside room, for those of you, obviously, if you don't know what an inside room is, it is a stateroom and cabin inside, no window. It's the lowest category of cabin, and so therefore normally the least expensive. So basically, they're offering you kids sell for free, free Wi-Fi, free dining, free alcohol, free OBC, onboard credit, or what was it? Oh my God, I can't remember what the other one was. But anyway, they're offering all five of them free. I'm just gonna make sure I get that all right. Five free offers are free open bar, free specialty dining, shore excursion credit or onboard credit, one of the two, free Wi-Fi, and kids sell for free. So that's actually, we pretty much all guess that when cruising, gets back, and some people think it'll be May. Honestly, like I said in my last video, I can't see that happening. It seems a little bit soon to me. But regardless, whenever it does get back, when Norwegian gets back, one of their first advertised, perks in order to get you selling with them again is having all five of those amenities free. Now they have slimmed down the specialty dining slightly. They've tweaked it slightly, but still, that's some good perks. So you're getting the free booze, free Wi-Fi, some specialty dining, free onboard credit or shore excursion credit, and kids sell for free. So that is Norwegian Cruise Line. There are some stipulations that, depending, of course, on the length of your cruise, depends on how many specialty dinings you get. And of course, as always with their free drinks package, the 20% gratuity is not included in that free drinks package. So you're still going to have to pay the 20% gratuity. But that is very interesting from, excuse me, from Norwegian Cruise Line. Another question I had from my wife actually, which I didn't. I just thought they were all honestly just docked alongside. But what are cruise lines doing with their empty ships? Because a lot of them still have their staff on board. And I said to him like, well, nothing, I guess, or just docked alongside. However, after looking into it a little bit more further, I have discovered that that's not actually the case, or it's not it's not entirely the case. I mean, I'm sure some of them are, but a lot of them, Carnival, for example, and again, this is, you know, the cynic in me, and the fact that I've worked on cruise ships and I know how they operate. Um, Given the amount of bad press and some would say, myself included, the unfair media attention that they've been getting and blame that has been laid at their doorstep for this unfortunate COVID-19. Um, you know, their press coverage has not been favorable recently. So I would actually put this forward that this is, it is a thing to garner favor within the media and within the public goodwill, but also they don't have to do it. So the fact that they are, I think they should be applauded for. So, for example, apparently Carnival Corporation are using their empty ships to act as hospital ships. Which, if you know Carnival, they own P&O Cruises, P&O Australia, Holland America, Crystal, sorry, not Crystal, Cunard, Seabourn, uh, Princess, obviously Carnival themselves, um, and some others. The list is too long to go through. But basically, um, they are, I'm just reading it right now. I'm not trying to ignore you guys. Um, Carnival and Saga Cruises have offered to turn their fleets into floating hospitals. The American Queen Steamboat Company and Victory Cruises have offered their fleet to house quarantined U.S. military personnel, which is amazing. Um, the let's see. Uh, all of the cruise lines as well. If you're from the UK, you'll know that at 8 p.m., I think Thursday every week, everybody goes out and kind of claps for the NHS and for the wonderful work they are doing over there. So the cruise lines here are sounding their horns at 7:30 just to kind of in support of all the hospital workers and people on the front line, which is really good solidarity and also as a sign that they're well on board. There's almost a quarter of a million crew members still on board around the world. So they do a salute just to let everybody know as well that they are, they're still there, they're alive and well, and looking forward to getting back into business, as it were. And I'm just looking here what other cruise lines might be doing with their ships. Let's see. Crystal. Let's see about Crystal. Is it loading? No, it's not. All right, I thought it was going to tell me something about Crystal there, but it's not. Okay, so anyway, that was that news. So, like I said, with all the negative press surrounding the cruise line industry at the moment, I actually think that I look at that as a positive, um, a thing that they are doing. The ships are empty, the crew is there anyway. But to help the struggling medical services and people on the front line, I think that's very commendable of them. So let me just go back to some other news here. Uh, my old company, Royal Caribbean, Saudi Azamara, they have suspended all cruises until June 12th. Um, It says basically that all the cruise ships over 250 passengers and crew that operate in U.S. waters have been put under a no-sail order by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, the CDC. The order will remain in place until COVID-19 is no longer a public health emergency and supersedes individual cruise line dates for return to service. Royal Caribbean Cruises has extended its fleet suspension through till June 11th, 2020. However, Silversea's which Royal Caribbean recently acquired, um, currently maintains that sailing of its ships will recommence on May 13th with Silver Wind. I mean, take that as you will. I still personally believe that May. Remember, May was it May 13th? So that's what, 3.5 weeks away. That is not very long. I don't see that happening personally, but um, the decision, it says, has affected the launch of Celebrity Cruises' newest ship, the Celebrity Apex, which was due to launch in the UK on March 28th. The line had already announced the postponement of the christening, which had been scheduled for March 30th. Um, so yeah, they're looking for return to service on June 12th. I mean, don't get me wrong, folks. I hope that that is the case. I think the longer it goes on, and not just for cruise lines, we're talking about airlines, local businesses, restaurants, um, sporting events. The longer this goes on, I mean, the more financial trouble all of these companies will get into. And although it may not affect you directly, um, you know, if these companies get into trouble, your ability to get a cruise for like 600-700 bucks per person, or get cheap flights around the world, or go to cheap sporting events, that will be gone because they will have to increase the prices, et cetera, et cetera, and that will affect us all. So hopefully the sooner they can get back, the better, and not just cruising, obviously. um, all events with a large number of people. So fingers crossed for that, because it's important. And let's see, coronavirus. Cruise lines are donating food to local charities. Again, another good publicity gambit from them. Um, Cruise bookings increase in demand for 2021, which I guess makes sense because probably a lot of people, even if the ban is lifted, I would think that perhaps nobody's going to be in a rush to go back onto or into a crowded environment with lots and lots of people, because let's be honest, who knows if the disease or the pandemic is completely over? They might resume sailing, but that doesn't mean that everybody's safe and sound again. So people might be a bit more cautious, and might just cancel the trip for this year and go to next year. Um, Now, interestingly enough, it says Holland America extends cruise suspensions through to June 30th and cancels Alaska Land and Sea programs. I had read that, but again, this last week I think it said that, or the week beforehand, I can't remember, that they, Holland American Celebrity would be operating Alaska as early as the end of May. So that's clearly changed, and it's gonna, you know what, it's gonna keep changing. It's not going to. That's what I'm saying. I sincerely think that this May resuming of sailing, May 13th resuming of sailing, it's not going to happen. But again, tell me what you think. If you've actually booked a cruise and they've given you a future cruise credit, or they've given you a complete refund, let me know. I mean, how that works out for you. A lot of people are in a situation where they might not even want to cruise again after this, which I understand, but it will be interesting to know. So anyway, that's just a little bit of news for you guys today. Once again, my name's Simon. The site is brand new, or the YouTube channel is brand new. The Inside Cruiser. It is called. I will be back again. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos. And again, if you have any suggestions or topics that you want me to cover, like I said, I used to be a cruise expert salesperson. I also used to work on cruise lines, Carnival, Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, Azamara, and I've cruised, on Cunard, Princess, et cetera, et cetera. So I've been around the block. I know quite a bit about cruising. So if you have any questions for me, or any news that I might not know, please feel free to drop a line and let me know. Other than that, please stay safe wherever you are around the world. Obey the, if there are stay-at-home laws or whatever happening in your neck of the woods at the moment, please obey it, because obviously the sooner we get this gone, the sooner we can all get back on the high seas and do what we love, which is cruising. Until then, stay safe. I'll see you next time. Once again, my name is Simon. Have a lovely evening, and stay safe, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.